Hello, my fellow monsters. As you can see in the title down below, it's a paranormal vlog, and I'm sure you noticed I'm not recording on my typical camera setup thing. I'm recording this on my webcam, and I'm going to explain why just a sec. But I do want to address the fact that I did not do any kind of paranormal vlog for the month of October, especially when I was doing Vlogoween. It seems obvious that I should have done a paranormal vlog, and I do apologize for that because honestly it did not even occur to me to do a paranormal vlog, so that was my fault, and I, again, sincerely apologize for that. But with this being the first day of December, I am going to be doing Vlogmas. I'm going to be trying though, because like what happened in the month of October, a lot happened, a lot of tragedy happened, and a lot of life just got in the way and everything, so I'm going to do everything that I can to keep up with Vlogmas this month. May not be every day, but I'm going to do everything that I can to actually record every day. So it may not be a video every day that I upload, but it will be recording every day that I'm going to be doing. So that's that. Now that that's out of the way. So why am I recording on my webcam? When I was trying to do a second channel called Sarah Normal, I actually noticed in a video that I recorded, I believe it was on this channel, recorded on a webcam. It was actually my father's webcam in the living room, and I actually found an EVP. It was a very outstanding EVP as well. For those of you that don't know, an EVP is electronic voice phenomenon. All that means it's a disembodied voice that's not heard in person, but it is heard on some kind of digital recording. So that's what that means, and I had a very outstanding one on a video, and I'll put the link probably in a card or something in this video, that corner or that corner, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I will put a link to that video so you guys can watch it if you are interested to hear the EVP yourself. I will also try to put a little time next to the link. If I put it down below, if I put it in a card, then I'll just put the time in the description down below so you can just fast forward to that part and you can hear it yourself. Another thing that happened though when it came to webcam recording is I was doing a voiceover for my vampire makeup tutorial for the month of October of Vlogoween this year. I had another EVP and it was while I was recording. It was the craziest thing. I was in the middle of editing, I was doing the voiceover, I hit stop and I went back to hear it to make sure that I recorded properly, it didn't glitch or anything, because those things tend to happen. So I always go over and make sure that nothing glitched or anything, or that I didn't stutter when I thought I spoke clearly. So that's what I was doing, and I heard something insane. I don't know if it is able to be heard on the YouTube video. I haven't heard it since I've uploaded it, but I did keep it in. I didn't delete it, so there's that. I will be double checking on that, and I will put a link for that video as well in the description down below with the timestamp and everything. Here's the thing when it comes to my personal experiences when it comes to EVPs. They are incredibly outstanding, and they are incredible to find. But they can be easily debunked as well because there are factors you have to take into consideration, like TV, static, possible digital glitches and things like that. However, when they do become outstanding is when you know for an absolute 100 fact, even if there was someone with you that could also vouch for you as well, that there was nothing said at that time from another voice or anything. And I do have an audio recorder that I do paranormal investigations with still. I've mentioned this before that I do paranormal investigating still. It's definitely more of like a hobby thing now because I do it solo. I don't have a team or anything that I used to. Maybe one day in the future I will have a video completely dedicated to that, but it is something I do want to talk about. However, as of right now, I have to cover some grounds first before I can openly talk about why I left the team that I was on. Because I do solo paranormal investigating, I tend to very rarely go out on a paranormal investigation much anymore, and whenever I do, it's typically friends' houses that, you know, people that I know very closely or whatnot. Paranormal investigating for me personally, I take in mental either physical or mental notes. If I bring my notepad with me, of course I'll write things down, but I will make notes of things that happen, and especially if I'm in the middle of an EVP recording, I'll make verbal notes. That is one thing I absolutely 100% do, because that's a lot better than physical notes, or I just mean like writing on a piece of paper. It's just always better to do verbal notes when you're doing an EVP session. I always make notes of like when a car drives by, if we hear something outside, or if somebody coughs, or if there's a glass of water with some ice in it and the ice settles and makes a clinking noise or something. Simplest of things, but I always make a verbal note, just so that way I don't have to remember every little detail of things when I go into the review process of an EVP recording. So it's all very technical work, very detailed orientated, definitely everything to cover ground, so that way nothing will be debunked if something should pop up. Now, just a little bit of history on this house. This is my parents' house, and yes, there has been a person that has passed away in this house before, and before that, I can't say much, because the history of this land and this area specifically is very sketchy, because as a lot of people know, this was mob ran town, Las Vegas, you know, it was ran by the mob. However, the houses that were built here were built around the time of the mob. I don't know anything about the previous owners having any involvement with that or whatnot. There's, of course, hardly any documentation on things like that. However, I do know that this entire neighborhood has haunting problems, which is, to me, it's something to smile about, but I know the people that live with it, it's their worst nightmares, so I feel bad for them, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, let me into your home. A lot of factors that I do take into consideration and accept when it comes to living in this house. I have grown up with paranormal things happening in this house. I've said it before, in one of my very first paranormal vlogs, I think I talked about a lot of the things that I grew up with in this house that really became a norm, until it really peaked when I want to say I was 14, maybe 13. I could have been younger. It freaked me out so bad to where I talked to my parents about it, and that's when they opened up to me, saying that they had actually known that there was a person that died here before we even moved in. I think they even knew before they signed the papers to buy the house. I just accepted that it was a haunted house, and I thought it was cool when I was a kid, but as I got older, it kind of freaked me out, and then as I continued to get older, I'm just now fascinated. I did have an actual paranormal investigation done here with absolutely no results. I'm just basically recording this video on my webcam because I just want to see if I should get anything in this video. So I will put in the description down below whether or not I did find anything on this video. Of course, I'll put in the description if I didn't find anything. However, if I did, I'll let you know and you guys can hear it, and leave it in the comments down below if you heard something and what it was that you heard. That's all for today's paranormal vlog. I will, of course, have more because, like I said, I have more paranormal investigation stories to share with you guys. It's a little weird that I didn't do any paranormal vlogs for October, but I'm more willing to do it for December. But hey, c'est la vie! That all being said, I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Merry Christmas, happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas, for whatever you celebrate, if you celebrate anything, and if you don't, then I just hope you have a wonderful month. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be, whether it's tomorrow or later this week. I will see you again. Bye!